All right. I'm going to hit live into my group. Welcome. All right. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to the Unsuck Your Sales series. Brittany Young here, your executive sales mentor and coach for female financial experts looking to add and bring in emotional intelligence into your sales process so you can close more sales. And today we're going to talk about how to sell with authority. Okay. So what to expect from this training. I've got my handy dandy notepad here. So we're going to talk about this. How to sell with authority. Expect to learn in this training, number one, how to lower resistance when it comes to selling with authority. Number two, how to give value of what you offer. And number three, we want to make sure that we are effectively communicating to our buyers, whether they are within the financial field themselves. Some of you sell directly to other people in the financial world, or if you're selling directly to people like me who need financial services and are looking for you to help them with retirement planning, with simple budgeting, profit first, different IRA vehicles or credit, bookkeeping, CPA services, accounting, etc. Okay. So somebody asked me yesterday when I was on a call with her, what is a financial expert? And your definition. So my definition of a financial expert is literally all of you clumped together because I am serving in my own practice advisors, planners, bookkeepers, CPAs, and financial lawyers, and then women in the credit industry, which is, I could go and make that an entire niche of its own. So that's what we're going to go over today. Why is it important to sell with authority, right? Because there's such thing as selling as an expert in your field. And we're going to talk about this and the difference between selling as an expert. I'm looking at two screens, selling as an expert and selling as an authority and what the differences are. So the reason why this is important is because if you are not selling and being seen as an authority, chances are people will buy this much from you. They're not going to want to work with you. They don't care what you have to say. They don't care what you're selling. None of that. So the difference between being an expert at what you do and being an authority of what you do is, well, plainly simple. Being an expert is having all the knowledge in the world, right? I like to look at this. Think of your professors from college. One of my expert professors was an expert in physics, okay? But not an authority in the world of physics. So you could teach physics. You had a lot of knowledge around, velocity and all that physics jargon that I don't remember. And then you have your authority, which is building influence. And that is exactly what gets you from point A to point B when you're selling. When people want to buy from you, it's because you are an influential woman selling with purpose. You're selling with power, and you are selling with that knowledge, but you're owning your leadership. You're owning that trusted advisor piece. And if you can shift from being that top expert with all the knowledge, all the marketing skills, you're putting yourself out there, to the authority, Sale, 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 sale. If you're going to stay the expert, which is totally fine, right? That's the just facts. If you're going to stay in that expertise in your lane, like for me, okay, I work with y'all, financial experts, okay? But I see my clients as the authority within their expertise. So I have a client right now who is an expert authority selling to female financial pharmacists or financial pharmacists to pharmacists, directly to pharmacists and helping them with what she calls their sunny day fund and their lifestyle management. So she's helping them on their business side and their personal side of their finances. So she's not just the expert, she is claiming her authority. But if you just remain in the facts, there is no way people want to buy from you. When you fully step in and claim who you are as the person, that's when people start to purchase your services. They want to hire you, they want to say yes to you, and they can't let you go, right? How do I do this? How do I shift from authority or from expert to authority, right? Playing in two buckets. You need to implement my handy dandy, the permission process, right? This process is what I like to call going from, kind of like the unknown to your authentic self, your unique perspective that people want and need within their life, their business, their marriage, whatever it may be. And we take a very unique perspective when it comes to selling. We're focused in on emotional strategy and we're focused in on your business strategy. And part of this within the permission process, the third step is called creation. And within creation, we're focusing in on your particular niche. So who are you selling to? How can you first become that expert when you're selling to them? And then as you continue to gain trust and confidence within yourself, then we land in that space of authority. The permission process can help you shift a number of things. When I did this training a couple of weeks ago, I talked about, and I have my notebook here and my little pad. We talked about step one. So step one is all about heart awareness, being aware of, your own emotions, being aware of how you're coming off on either a sales call or even a discovery call or whatever it may be. And the reason being is because sales and money are emotional. So you need to master your own emotions. And that's step number one of the process. Step two is regulation. How can you regulate your own emotions while also being aware of your client's emotions when you're on a call with them, which is why emotional intelligence is really important. We step out of the people pleasing and we step more into that authoritative space. And now today, step three is about the creation. So when we talk creation, in order for us to move from that expert to authority, we need to land on what our niche is. Who are we speaking to? How are we solving the main problem that this person has? So for instance, if they don't have a vehicle for retirement, or they have credit that just is shitty and sucks, and they want to buy a house, but they can't, you need to build up your authority in that area in order for you to become the person for them to say yes to. And it all starts with the first two steps. But when you're narrowing down, who am I speaking to? Well, if you look at your broader client base, think about what is the problem that I really solve for that person. For me, I looked at my broad client base of financial experts, and what I saw was a gap in the sales language and the sales process. So I saw a gap from overcoming fear of objections and rejection, actual sales process, not having one or using an outdated one that just sucks and doesn't work. How to get business outside of referrals, how to build a business online, because we have transferred from going to networking events and doing all the things in the last 3 years to trying to build a business online. How do you do that? How do you generate organic leads? So within the third step of the permission process, really creating and understanding, who am I speaking to? What am I solving for them? And then how can I be the expert authority to solve that problem that no one else knows how to solve? And if they do solve it, how can I do it better as the woman who fully steps into my power? Drop me a yes in the comments if this is making sense. I want to hear from you. I want to make sure that we're on track. Jessica says that's so good. Yes. I think that a lot of us miss the mark here when it comes to who are you speaking to? Tracy says yes. We often get caught up, women in the finance industry get caught up in like, I love this because my clients do it all the time. I sell to everybody. I'm like, okay, that equals master of none. So if we're selling to just anybody and everybody, then everybody and everybody with no money is going to come and try to buy from you. But when you lock in exactly who is that key person that I want to change the life of, right? I get to call financial experts my clients because I saw the gap. So if you're in real estate, if you are selling, financial services, but I'm going to talk about real estates right now, right? Real estate agents who are selling houses or selling commercial real estate or whatever it may be, that is not a niche, okay? We got to dial it in a little bit more. So we dial it in saying like, I help single women over 40 who just got out of a divorce purchase homes. Now it can be dialed in a little bit more, but you get what I'm saying, right? So we niche that down. Tracy says, I call it women in transition after divorces and widows. Yes. So if you're a woman that's moving out of a divorce or your partner passed away, you go to Tracy because she's the person, she's the authority in that area of expertise who knows exactly how to move you through that transition. She's going to hold your hand and walk you through and probably be your financial therapist at the same time of your financial expertise to guide you through that process. Now, how does all of this apply, right? How does creation apply? How do I particularly apply this and get you to shift from the expert to the authority? We just talked about niching. Further down the rabbit hole of niching, it's what you sell, right? So you can be an expert and authority in women in transition. What are you selling to these women? Are you selling a broader scope of 401s, IRAs, credit repair, housing? Like, what is all that you do? But what is that main thing that lights you up that you're like, I am so good at this, I could sell it in my sleep, right? My financial advisor is really, really great, actually excellent at life insurance. And so my husband has a policy, I have a policy, and we got a policy for our daughter because she sold me into that without selling me, right? And that's really what the permission process is. Number two, you may not know that you suffer from this, but a lot of us do, and that's called imposter syndrome. So I need to be further ahead. I need to be further along. I'm not doing enough. I'm not where I want to be, and I don't know how to get to the next step. The voices in your head are trying to control you. So when I get you into my world, we're shifting that imposter syndrome, helping you overcome that specifically in the area of selling, whether it's tripling your pricing and getting you to increase, what you sell at, whether it's, let's say you're a financial coach and you're putting together like programs and stuff, or even if you need to hit your AUM, what is that price point that you're selling your financial services at? If you are in real estate, right? Some of you are in real estate that are here. Just going to move this over here. What's your commission? And is there a way that you work with the seller, and also the legalities? I'm not familiar with all the legalities, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but really learning on how to overcome the imposter syndrome when it comes to what you sell. So I can get off on a tangent, but I'm not going to today. Number 3, this is key. This is like, it should be number 1 in your brain. But it's number 3 on my list. You must get clear on what you want. And then you got to take action on what you want. So the permission process helps you move out of that area of expert into the area of authority, but getting super duper clear within the process of, what does Jessica want? What does Tracy want? And how do I have a plan of action to get me there? What's my 90-day plan look like? Excuse me real quick. Not get rid of this tickle. So what is that 90-day plan within your sales process? Does that make sense? Because we can get caught up in, I want a new car. I want a new house. I want, I don't know, a new ring, whatever it is, right? But we're not talking about like what we want, but what's tangible when it comes to our money and our sales process. If I'm focusing in on women of transition, how can I tangibly help 8 women based on my financial goal within that 90-day period? So if I want to make 50K in 90 days or 100K, whatever it may be, I work with high numbers, ladies. So you're going to hear me talk about 100K months, 50K months, 70K months, that type of thing. We're not playing small, we're playing really big. So if you want to hit that 50K, reverse engineer that number, okay? So we're going to take that 50, we're going to break it down based on what I charge right now. How many women do I need to hit that 50K? Maybe, and unfortunately, it's 50. So you got to take a look at, can I even, get to 50 women? Can I sell my services to 50 women in 90 days? Or do I need to increase my pricing? And then what is that 90-day strategy for me to get there? So I help you do that within the permission process. And then the last thing that helps you shift is hiring a mentor, whether it's a sales coach or somebody who understands you in your field of expertise. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have someone in your corner, and how beautifully someone can fit into, your lifestyle and your goals and your wants and needs, while recognizing your gaps and how to move you from this area of expertise to the area of authority. So that's how the permission process can help you shift. And this is really important. It's important to know who we're selling to and why we're selling to them and how we get them, our clients, from point A to point B in our, strategic planning with them. So the last thing I want to say is, if this is interesting to you, if you want to learn more about how to sell with authority, I'm running a, next training, not next week. Let me look at the calendar. In 3 weeks. Okay, so on the 18th of April, and I'll be trickling this in, so you'll see more details on it, but I am going to do a training called Viral Sales Strategies. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I accidentally I went viral on a platform called TikTok, and I had no intention of going viral. And within that same week, not month, but week, I hit 20K in sales. And so, the cool thing about all of that was now I get to share with you exactly how I did it, how I made that money, and then how I went viral and what happened after I went viral. So, thank you for the congratulations. I don't really take credit for this because I know how crucial it is for you to market yourselves when you're selling, especially if you're selling into, you're selling your financial services into other areas, like you're working with women in divorce, or you're working with real estate, or you're working with couples, trying to get their finances together. It doesn't matter what it is. So within the viral sales strategies, also going to show you that top persuasion skill that you can apply to every area of your life so you can get more of what you want. And then how I use the permission process to help clients get more sales easily. So I'm currently putting this training together. I'm super excited for it. If you want information, drop me a 1 in the comments and we'll chat about it. So that's it. That's all I've got for you today. If you have any questions, drop them below also. And, every week, I do the Unsuck Your Sales series. If you're catching this live, that's fantastic. I'm really happy that you're here. If you're getting the replay, that's awesome too. But I have done step 1 and step 2 of the permission process on my personal page. So y'all watching in the group, go to my personal page, scroll back, you'll see step 1 and step 2, and they're labeled Unsuck Your Sales series. And I've been doing this now for a month and a half. Every Thursday at 4 p.m. Central, I go live and do the Unsuck Your Sales series. And so the key of this is really to teach you different ways of selling from a completely different perspective. And that's what the permission process is all about, giving oneself permission to sell your own way. And that's it. So I hope this was helpful. Tracy, I've got you. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you have the most wonderful afternoon. And just last thing, I don't know about you guys, but in this season, April coming, spring coming, I am ready for like massive change, personally and professionally. So last, was it Tuesday? I cut all my hair off. My hair was all the way down to here. Chopped it about 5 inches, put some layers in. Like, I'm ready for massive change. And I hope you are ready for massive change because it is coming. God, source, universe is not finished with you yet. And I plan on bringing that fire to you every single week, because I believe as women, we're in it to win it. And it is safe for us to have what we want. So I see you, I hear you, I love you, and you are worthy of having exactly what you desire in this lifetime. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Take care.